Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram, and I wanted to bring you a 2-for-1 video today. And for anybody that's been watching this week, as far as the fall journal that I said that I would have up this week, some plans changed in life, and we have a funeral that Brandon is going to be singing at, and then we have a wedding this weekend out of state that Brandon is actually going to be speaking at. It's some of his family, his cousin that's getting married. So the fall journal is going to have to wait. I'm getting this video in just in the nick of time before we pack the car and get gone. So I apologize that the fall journal is not going to be up this week, but I have every intention and hope that it will be up next week. So forgive me this time. We really need to spend time with friends at a funeral. Very good friend of ours whose dad passed away, and then we've got that wedding to go to. So my video plans for the weekend kind of got to a halt. I've had some people ask how I am going to be using the Scribbles That Matters journal, bullet journal, that I showed in a Happy Mail video a couple of videos back. And so I wanted to show you just one of my first layouts in it. I like beginning journals in the fall. I don't know why, but I do that a lot. I start new journals in the fall. I just love the fall season, and I guess that's the main reason. But anyway, I will show you my first layout. I'm going to use this journal as daily journaling, and so it's not going to be anything monumental as far as, oh wow, look at that. But I am going to lay out how I will start my journaling for a week. I'm going to have a week on 2 pages. I'm going to start with Sunday. And so since this week that I am videoing this, making this video, this week ends in October. So we're starting in September and it will end in October. Friday, Saturday will end in October. So that's why I want to go ahead and include this week in this journal. I'm going to start out with, I have some grid paper over here. Someone asked the other day what company this was from. It's from Stamp It Up. It's about the only thing that I order from that company, but I really love their grid paper. And it's got your measurements on it, and then you can stamp off onto it. It's just a really, really good grid paper. So that is from Stamp It Up. I get nothing for telling you that. I'm not affiliated with Stamp It Up, so I get nothing. That's just free. That's free advice if you want it. I have a little stamp set from Felicity Jane. It's no longer available. It's a leaf. It's got some leaves and wording on it, but I'm using the solid leaf, and what I'm going to do is use my Victorian Velvet Tim Holtz ink. This is just the regular ink, not the oxide, and I'm going to stamp into the Victorian Velvet. I'll move this down some just so you can see that happening. Nothing major, just dipping it into that. And I don't want it too dark on this page, so I'm stamping off over here, and then I'm putting the leaf down on here. I want it very faint, okay? Because I'm going to stamp something else on top of it. All right? So I'm going to say that Sunday. We're going to stamp off again over here, and then I'm going to put Monday about right there. And look, see, I've got some resistance. So with the clear stamps, though, it's very easy to stamp off, and then come right back and get right on top of it again. So I'm just going to hold it up to me so I can see this really well and maybe get a little better of a stamped image there. Yes, I'm not looking for perfection here. These little things here where the ink got on the stamp block, I am not worried about that at all. If you're looking for pristine journaling, I'm not the I'm not the YouTuber to watch. That is for sure. Okay, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's going to have a very light leaf, it looks like. Yes, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think I will end it there. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm going to do Wednesday over here. So this is my little headers. And I'm wanting to do them not exactly like the other page. Now this page will be a little bit easier to stamp on. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do one way over on the edge over here. Okay, we've got a little bit that did not stamp. So I'm going to go into that again. Yes, that's better. Okay, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then, whoop, I went into that one straight on, didn't I? Look at that, how dark that one was. Oh, and we still don't have bleed through. That's great. That is wonderful. Oh, well, we've got one that's really dark. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yay. Okay, let's see. I've still got some off on that, so let's do that and then do, not planning on Saturdays to be too awfully eventful because we like trying our best to stay in on Saturdays. I have a brown marker. Well, I'm deciding if I want to do brown or gold. Let's do gold. All right, I'm going to close up this ink so maybe I won't get into it. I'm going to do a little line of gold there. And then I'm going to outline these, but I'm not going to be perfect with the outline. So just one little stem there, and then going around them all. I'm just not doing it perfectly. I love doing just wonky lines that are not exactly lined up with the image. Okay, then with my VersaFine Onyx Black, I'm going to go in with my days of the week, and this is also a Felicity Jane stamp set. I don't know if this one is still available or not, but there are plenty of stamp companies out there that have days of the week stamps, so that can be easily found with no worries. All right, so Sunday. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp off over here onto that, get it pretty much cleaned off, and then I'm going to go in on the rest of these leaves and do the same thing through Saturday. Okay, so this is the first, and I'm just going in with that same gold gel pen. All right, and then I'm just putting the dates on each one, not being too particular on where I put the numbers, just getting them on there so they could be seen. So that is the start of it. And then let's see, I need to do something like put September up here, and then I need to have October written in here somewhere. So let's see. Let me see, this might be the Sharpie that I have. No, it looks good. Okay, I was about to say that might be the Sharpie that I have used so much that I need to throw it away and go to another one, but it's good. All right, so what I'm going to do is in the little crook here, try to get sept, and then here get oct right there. So I'm going to try my best to hand letter, and we will see how it turns out. I'm no professional at hand lettering, but I think that turned out okay. And then I'm going to do maybe a little bit of sticker work and see what else I've got here that might go along with this. This is the Cocoa Daisy October kits that I've got here. I showed these in the video right before this one. So if you're interested in any of this, this is the Umber and Gold is the title of this one. And I'm thinking I don't want to do too much decorating because, you know, as it is right here, I really only have, you know, a good 4 lines for each day, maybe a little bit more for Tuesday, but a good 4 lines for each day. So I don't want to do too much decorating, but I do want to give the pages a little bit more than just this. So when I finish this journaling layout, I will have the finished product over on my Instagram account. Let's start there with a little leaf, and let's see, maybe another leaf like right into the leaf I stamped there. I like that. Ooh, maybe let's get a little bolder over here, coming out from Tuesday, but kind of line it up a little bit more. Locked it like that. Okay, let's do a little married couple of leaves coming off of Monday. Let's do these two. And then maybe something coming out from this corner, and maybe just a little something in this corner. And I think I will be done with the stickers. So I can have that coming out there. And maybe this one leaf coming out from that corner there. Maybe for the 1st of October, let love live here. I like that. Maybe, yeah, because that leaf was very prominent because that's the one I forgot to stamp off. Yep. That looks straight to me. I like that. So what will happen next is, first off, I want to, since this is my first one in this journal, oh, look at that. I don't even have any ghosting through that page. I love that. And I used Sharpie right there, guys. So that tells you, it shows you right there how good that journal is. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Like, okay. I will start writing. I recorded this in advance. This is uploading on a Friday. This is Wednesday. So I will show you just a little bit of how I will journal through here. Like today, Bethany and I went to get haircuts, both of us together, and I did quite drastic of a haircut. And so I would start off by today was good. I like to kind of start out with something like that just to kind of remind myself of what kind of day it was, and then details. So like Bethany and I both had I'm just going to put hair appointments and abbreviate. And then she got 3 inches cut off. I got 5. That was crazy. But my head is so much lighter. I love it. So, you know, I would start off and do that, and then I would finish about that, tell about what Brandon and Aaron done. Aaron went to work with Brandon today since we had that going on during the day. Then both kids also had eye appointments, so you know I would put that in there, and you know any kind of something that happened, if somebody called, something like that. So I would, you know, finish up all of that and maybe leave one line, maybe this line right here in between, and then come down and start what happens on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like that. So that would be filled up. And on the day that I do have, you know, extra lineage, I might spill over from Monday into something about that and then finish up on Tuesday, something like that. So anyway, I know that was pretty short, but I just wanted to show y'all what the ones that had asked, what I usually do in a bullet journal like this. Most of the time it's very minimal decorating, just because I love to write. So I want my writing to be, you know, pretty much the prominent thing. And I will share these on Instagram. Any very personal journaling, or if I've had a bad day or something like that and I don't want to share too much of that, I will just blur it out when I go to edit the picture. These will be mostly seen on Instagram because they're so short and they're such simple layouts. It doesn't really fill up a YouTube video. Now, if you were to make a little boo-boo and get ink somewhere that you didn't want it, that is where having a white gel pen always comes in handy. I got this little, which, you know, by the time I write in my black Sharpie, you wouldn't have been able to see most of that anyways. But, see, I got my little white gel pen, and I got that all covered up. We keep white gel pens in stock in the shop. So, if anybody is looking for those, www.scrapbookingwithme.com, and you will find those white gel pens listed over there. So, see, that kind of pretty much camouflages any stamping that you might have gotten off on one side or another. Now to get to what we're actually doing, what's going to fill this video up, and that is a little folio. So I'll be right back with all of that. Okay, so I'm starting with some black cardstock. I got 2 pieces. I don't think I'm going to have to actually use 2 pieces, but I went ahead and got 2 pieces of 12 by 12 black cardstock, and I am going to cut this down 6 inches. So I'll need my big trimmer. So I've cut this down to 6 by 12, and then I'm going to, let's see, I think I might cut 1 inch off of this. So 6 by 12, I'm going to 6 by 11. And then I'm going to fold it over on itself. And then we're going to do this other piece of the 12 by 12 the same way. So cut off 1 inch. So you have 2 pieces that are 6 inches by 11 inches, and then you're going to fold them in half. So go ahead and get that done. Fold that over, and then get my bone folder there. Okay, so now we have 2 identical pieces, and now is the time. Go ahead on these corners if you want to round them, and I do. Okay. Now I'm going to round these corners here, and that is with my 1/2 inch, since we are working with a little bit bigger of a piece of paper, cardstock. Okay, so we have 2 pieces, so 2 little folds, identical. And then what we're going to do is glue these together and leave it open in the middle so that we have a pocket right there. Okay, so I'm going to use my 1/8 inch score tape, and I'm going to put it on my bottom edge and then up the sides. Okay, and I'm going to burnish those down really well so that they're sticking good. Okay, and then we are going to line these up perfectly. Yeah, right? No, it won't be perfectly. Oh, me. But I am going to try to line them up exact. And if you can get the edges lined up pretty close, then the rest of it will follow. Down some. Oh yeah, that looks good. Make sure we've got an open spot there. Love it. All right, I'm going to burnish down those tape strips. Make sure that we're all good and lined up. Okay. Yep. Good. So we have a cover, and then we have 1 page in the middle, and then back cover. So that's what we've got so far. And I am going to be using the Hello Pink Autumn by Prima. I'm going to be using that paper collection to cover. And when I make my pockets, I'm going to be using that paper also. I would like to get that on the front. Let's see how wide that is. Okay, if I come over just a touch, I can get every bit of that in there. So I'm liking that. Let's try to get that on the front cover. Okay, tall, I need it 5 1/2. So go ahead and cut that. And then cut it at 5. See where that puts us as far as. Okay, I'm still going to cut off just a little bit of the leaves. So I think I will cut off another 1/4 inch maybe. I need it 5 wide. Oh yeah, that'll be good. That will work. And then I will also need to round my corners on a, oh yeah, that's going to work. And I am just going to round these outside corners and put it on just like a little book. I love that. I'm going to get my Victorian Velvet ink and just lightly go around this. I don't want it too distressed, but just a little bit of Victorian Velvet. Okay, I'm just going to use my double-sided tape, which is ATG. So if you have ATG, or if you want to use liquid glue, whatever you want to use to put yours down, and just as much in the middle as possible. It does not have to be perfect. You know, you have heard me say that quite a bit. All right, on the inside pieces, I'm thinking that I want to put some of the plainer paper as my backgrounds because I'm going to have pockets on these. Okay, so let's just match the back and put on this paper on the back also. Okay, so I went ahead and covered my inside papers and the back, and inside is just very simple. Okay, now for our piece that's going to go here, I'm not going to make a notch or anything. I'm going to put a tab on the top of that piece so the tab will be sticking up from that. But on this inside piece, I want to use more of the black cardstock, so that's where my second piece of 12 by 12 cardstock is going to come in handy. I want to make a V pocket, and with it having a pocket and a tuck in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a square is 6 inches by 6 inches. All right, I've got that square that is 6 inches by 6 inches. And then I'm going to put it on the diagonal on my trimmer. Got it turned a little bit so hopefully y'all can see that. My trimmer is so big. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to put my points on the line. Okay, so there I've got my 2 triangles, and we need to make our gussets on my score pal, and I'm going to come over 1/2 inch on both. So I need to come over here and do it on this side. Just it helps me to do that. So another 1/2 inch there. Okay, so we've got that gusset there, and we are going to trim off. You can see that point of where we're going to trim that off. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Trim that corner off so we don't have bulk with the cardstock folding over on itself. Okay, so I'm going to turn these over, and we're going to have to trim one more time, as you can tell. Okay, so we've got our gusseted pieces there, and we're going to trim off our little corners up here. All right, and then if you have any bulk right here, you can trim off. Just don't trim the front, but you can trim off that way also. Okay, so I'm coming all the way down to the bottom of my page, and then just right up against where my paper starts. So that way, when I'm putting things in these pockets, it's not going to, it will not be anywhere close to where the fold line is. So right up against my pattern paper, and then right to the bottom of the actual black cardstock of the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold this one. Okay, and then we're going to trim off our little excess there and there. And then see, this other one will go on top of it like so. And we'll have a pocket back here with this one, and then we'll have a little tuck with this one right here. Okay. So here I'm going to show you how I put these pockets together. Now remember, we started this triangle shape is a 6-inch square, and then we just put it on our trimmer with corners on the trimmer, and then just trim that so we have 2 triangles. And then we are going to get our scoring tool. I just so happen to have the Score Pal, and we are going to make a 1/2 inch mark on one of the triangle sides, and then another 1/2 inch mark on the other triangle side. So both of those do the same thing. 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay. Then you put your scoring tool away, and on those marks, see that square that's right there, we are just going to, at the tip point of that triangle, we're going to cut that off, just so that when we fold these, we get no bulk there at that point. All right, so you're going to fold them over on the score lines. And see here, we got almost a perfect mitered edge there. And then you've got your excess here. So you need to trim those off on both triangles. So I'm going to fold it over, fold it over, and to cover these triangles so that you have a little bit of mat around, you are going to cut squares at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 square, and then just like you did the black cardstock, you are going to cut these at an angle. Now, if you have directional paper and you want to specifically use one of these, you need to figure out, do you want to use this bottom half or do you want to use and have this pumpkin in it? So you would cut it this way so that you have this bottom, because it's directional paper, so that you have this bottom side so that you get the butterfly and all that. That's the part I want to use. And then on this one, I can always use this if I wanted to, but I don't have that much. I mean, I could use that and then decorate the outside of it, but I think I want to go with this. And let's see, I think I want this green leaf in, yeah, I think I want that green leaf in on that one. So to use that bottom half, I'm going to turn my square this way and put my points on my cut line. Okay. All right, so your 4 3/4 inch square is cut in half on the diagonal. And I'm inking around on both of those with my Victorian Velvet ink. I'm going to use some double-sided tape. And then hold my expander, gusset, whatever, down on the back side. And then just try to get it as even as possible so that you still see some black on the edges. And that is way too far up, so let's move that around some. I'll have to move it down. There we go. All right, and then the other one, just get your double-sided tape out or your liquid glue. Ooh, look at there. And I'm out, but just in time because I'm on my last one that I'm using double-sided tape on. Lined up as evenly as you can. I'm going to come up closer to that edge, that top of the pocket edge as I can. There we go. That looks good. All right, then on our gussets, I'm using 1/2 inch score tape, and I'm holding that corner down, putting score tape over the corner, and then all the way out to the edge, and then just kind of trim it off at an angle there. And then I start my other piece of score tape just on that top line there, and then off at an angle again. And then I'll go ahead and do this one, and we'll be done with our score tape too. And start with whichever one you're going to have on the back. On all of mine, I've made the right triangle, the back triangle. And you go down as far as you would like. I will show you how to fix that little triangle piece at the tip that's showing outside of your rounded corners. No worries about that. We'll get that fixed in just a minute. The back's off of the other triangle. Okay, and then you just line it up on top of the other one. Get it the same on the bottom, and then all the way to that corner. And let that corner meet there. Press that down, and then get that corner where you want it, and press that down. Okay, so we have this little bitty tiny piece of the pocket that's overlapping your cover, and you just snip that off and you're good. It's not on the outside anymore. Okay, and then for the pockets, I have just, there's some cut aparts in that collection, and I've just cut those and folded them and then made little 2-inch wide tags and put in the pocket also. You could also have a bigger piece and put it out here, and you could tuck it on the outside here and then just have another journaling card or whatever booklet. These are thick enough that you can put booklets in them also. Okay, so you can have a tuck, you can put the tuck in there, a ticket, you can put a tag, however you would like. These are thick enough pockets that you can add all sorts of things to them. And then I went ahead and made our middle insert, and I've got a tab on the top of it. And this little insert for the middle is 4.5 by 5 5/8. So 4.5 wide by 5 5/8 tall. And then it just shimmies right down in there. You have that middle pocket in your little folio. Okay, so there is my front. Open it up and you have the little tuxedo pockets on all 4 of the pages with your cut aparts, your little tags there with some lace at the top, and then I just put them on with Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And then, like I said, there's plenty of room for more items if you want to put more things down in there. Like, see, you could have all kinds of, just cut that off. You get a little booklet put in there. That's another folded piece. Got plenty of room for additional pieces to go in these pockets, and then even turn your tags sideways if you wanted to and have the ribbon kind of sticking out of the edge. So 4 of those pockets, very simple folio, very easy to put together, and then you've got that journaling card in the middle there with a tab on top. And for the tab, I just used my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch. That's what I used for that. So that is my video for today. I am so glad that I was able to show you 2 little projects. One just being my journal, my bullet journal layout for this week, because I did have a few people ask about that, and I wanted to just kind of intermingle it with another video, because there might not be too many that wanted to see something that simple, but I thought with it being that simple, I could get it into this video too. And then getting this little folio made for you, and you could always do like a belly band around this to keep it together, or you could just stand it up like this as home decor. That's what I'm planning on doing with this one, is putting it on our little table under our TV in the living room for this fall for our just a little piece of home decor. That's what I'm going to use mine as, and I will probably put some journaling, maybe some pictures or something, fall pictures in it also. But I just thought that that is a great size. Remember, this is 6 inches tall by, it's 5.5. So 6 inches tall by 5.5 wide. And it just makes for a very cute little folio. And I love that all of the pages are exactly the same pockets, just different colors, different patterns on them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all have a great day. I will see you in the next video. God bless. Bye, y'all.